Today is PJ day for me because Tanya's doing the laundry and there's nothing ready. But she did say to me she doesn't like when I monitor what day she does what stuff. So she's like, I'll do
You
the
look
laundry whatever day of the week I want to do it. So it's today. So
you look like Mrs. Claus. She's wearing a
uh,
red button-up pajama shirt. Is it a shirt or is it a gown?
it's a shirt and you look like Eminem. So whatever.
Thanks. My
Whatever. 8 Mile over there.
yeah, my hoodie.
Yeah. You're like, lose
Thanks.
yourself.
Yeah.
Um, I do love your hair like that though. That's on the head, on top of the head.
Yep.
Pulls
Bun
your
in the air.
pulls your cheekbones up. Very,
Is
very
it because I have a pretty face?
beautiful face. Your skin looks great.
Thanks.
There's some things I tweak, but you told me not just to talk about that on the air, so I'm gonna respect your boundary. Yeah.
Positive only.
Yep.
Only positivity on this
Okay.
podcast.
All right. Well, then we'll talk about your eyebrows off air. How about that? All right. What's going on over there, girl? Out in Los Angeles, refused to come down south this
Yeah.
Monday. So what you did? What you got going on that you couldn't come to
Well,
your job?
it's not that I have stuff going on. It was just Bonnie wanted me to come over to help hang up this TV at Trisha's house.
Right.
And that was the only thing she needed me to do. So I was like, well, I mean, you don't have to pay me, but like I'll call you a TaskRabbit because that will be cheaper overall and they can just come hang it up for you real quick.
Well, I figured, Lauren, you'd
Ended up
come.
being a lot harder than I thought.
Okay. I figured you'd come. I asked you Sunday. I figured you'd come Monday morning and then you could stay for the week. We could hang out. We could work on my closet. You could help me. We talked to the school about Caleb's PE, but nothing got resolved. So I thought we'd go into the school, maybe take him Panera. I just thought, um, be an all around good week to get stuff done, the two of us. But you refuse, so whatever.
That's not true. You wanted me to fly in, fly out. Well, if I would have known you needed me for a week, it would have been a different story. But
I did
that's just not
initially
what
say
happened.
I did initially say that, yeah. But then in my head, I thought later, well, maybe she would have come if I would have told her about Panera and
Of
Sonic
course.
and, going to the mall, maybe get her a pair of, you know, God, my nose is itching. Everybody probably thinks I'm snorting lines on this because my nose is totally itching.
Some snow on your face.
Yeah, I thought I would bring you, I thought I would get you some new Air Jordans or something. I just was in a good mood, but then you soured it and then it went downhill, downhill, downhill. I'm out of control.
Yeah.
So,
Well, why
that
don't
was
you
the
talk
start of a
about
series of
you're
unfortunate
gonna
events.
tell them what happened with the TaskRabbit?
No.
Oh, come on. It's funny. Bonnie didn't know what a TaskRabbit was, and it took me a really long time to describe it to her. Like it's an app on your phone and you can get basically people to do little tasks around your house or whatever
That
that
sounds
you
just
just like
about
don't want to
as
do.
Yeah. Well, that sounds just about as safe as Uber, which is not safe at all. Stranger picks you up in their Toyota Camry and drives you around. Hopefully, it doesn't put you in a ditch or take you to Tijuana. Same thing with the TaskRabbit. I thought once I knew what it was, I thought, no, don't want an ex-con coming in the house to use my husband's souls. Trisha had purchased a new OLED plasma for her bedroom. It's a beautiful television. It's like 75 inches. It's a gorgeous television because she's been having night terrors. Do you know about that? Maybe if you knew about that, you'd come and help your friend. Trisha's having horrible night terrors,
I didn't know that.
sleepwalking, because because she's afraid of Blake. She's afraid of her daughter Blake, and so it's manifested itself because she's not dealing with it. It's manifesting itself in her night terrors and sleepwalking and everything else. So her husband Jerry, had the bright idea she loves Finding Nemo. It's her favorite. So he thought, what if I just, get this big, beautiful television and play that movie, on muted, at night. So she has something to soothe her.
It is a beautiful movie, like visually, so that makes sense.
Well, for her, I think she likes Dory. She's always like, what does Dory say? She is Dory, so that's why she likes her. But what is Dory? What's
What's
Dory's
her
line?
cut? Does she have a
I
catchphrase?
think she's always like, where am I? Like, maybe she doesn't remember anything.
Yeah, short-term memory loss.
Yeah, that's Trisha. So she sees herself in the character, and that's great and grand. So
What else? Then what happened?
being in my pajamas makes me sleepy. I'm like, I'll go take a nap.
Yeah, and you got your hot chocolate, just like Mrs. Claus.
This is okay.
Do you and John like role play, Mr.
Lauren,
Santa?
Lauren, save it. Save your tantric.
I'm slightly kidding. I'm sorry.
These pajamas are from Neiman Marcus. They're $298. They don't look anything like Mrs. Claus. They're very elegant, and they're great red, candy apple red, and I don't want you to bring that up again.
Yeah.
Basically, Jerry obviously purchased Trisha's husband purchased the television for her. However, he is on a golf trip. So he said, the TV's arriving, and I don't know if you can get Bonnie over there, and you two can get.
I also tried it because most TVs, when you buy, like, they ask if you want to have someone come help you install them.
Right.
But I think you guys were like, nah.
We hit no because we said,
like, why?
We got it Saturday, and we hit no because we thought, well, Lauren will come down here and put it up, because we're like, we also, to be honest, we're trying to indulge you a little bit. Like, we know that it makes you feel good to do masculine things, things a man would do. And so we were trying to give you a put up.
It's not true, and I don't like doing masculine things.
Your sweatshirt.
I'm actually really bad at. I'm bad at that kind of stuff.
Your sweatshirt.
I don't know how to change a tire. I don't know how to hang stuff up.
I bet Alexis's parents are thrilled.
Sweatshirt.
Bet your girlfriend's parents are thrilled. Oh yeah, she's in great hands. Can't change a tire. Can't do CPR. Great.
Whatever.
We thought it was a compliment to you, really. And we called Lauren. We said, hey, we need you to come get this TV up. She said, no, can do, but I can send a task rabbit. I said, I don't want a robot in my house. I don't want one of those Coco robots come in the door, ring the bell.
Yeah, she thought task rabbit meant robot.
Well, it's satanic. Do you ever see those around Los Angeles? Mm-hmm. When I'm down in the city, I see those Coco machines. And, on one hand, I'm absolutely terrified of them, and I don't think it's Christian or appropriate. And then on the other hand, I'm like, I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for them because I know someone's going to kick it or push it over, put it in a dumpster, make it keep walking into the edge of the dumpster. So I just didn't want that dark black magic in my house. And I didn't want it.
Yeah, but then I after like a while of explaining to Bonnie and convincing her that TaskRabbit is an actual person.
I 2 + 2 wasn't making 4 for me with that. I wasn't picking up what you were putting down.
What's the guy's name who it ended up being?
Daryl.
Oh yeah, Daryl. You want to talk about Daryl?
I guess. I mean, Daryl came. Well, once Lauren got across to me that it was a human, but she wouldn't show me a picture. I said, let me see a picture of this person come to my house. She said, no, it's fine. I vetted him. I did a little bit of a background check. I'm sure that was a lie. He came to the door, and
the app does background checks on people too. So you you could do your own, I guess, but that's like the point of the app.
Do you know what my lawyer friend told me once? What? A background check is no indication of future behavior. So just because someone has a clean background check doesn't mean they're not going to strangle you tomorrow. Yeah,
Sure. Yeah.
You have a clean record today, but who's to say next 6 months something doesn't happen?
Yeah. Remember when you hit Dick? Never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. You never know. That was such a crazy day. Oh my God.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
No. Outside of the bounds, like I said, of the judiciary system, the legislative branch, it's fucking hilarious. And inside it, some major mistake on my part. He came to the door, Daryl, and I had Trisha get it because she's kind of, I figured you're the first line of defense. It's like, if you're
he was there too. I told Bonnie to be close to her phone because I was going to call her when he was there. Because, I'm doing this all remotely from Los Angeles, trying to get this guy into her house. And he was stuck at the gate. Yeah. And it felt like it was so many hoops to jump through just to get him to the house. What are you doing?
Sorry, Lon. It's a laser pointer. I'm just playing with it on the Zoom, so Oh, that's
All
fun.
right. Yeah.
Whoa. What's that doing, Lauren? It looks like Back to the Future. Back to what you were saying. Sorry.
It's okay.
This is John's. I didn't know it was on the desk, and I picked it up. I thought it was a bug or something. It turned out to be kind of a fun thing.
Well, I was talking about how hard it was to get Daryl to you,
Right.
and so they could work on the TV.
Right. Well,
And finally, I got a hold of you,
Lauren,
and he had been waiting for like almost an hour.
Okay, well, we didn't quite know he was there. Your communication was a little bit lax, and we weren't really sure what was going on.
My communication was lax.
Yep, sure was. And, whatever the case may be, he got 1 hour to, listen to Garrison Keillor or, Elvis or whatever he was listening to. I mean, he was
What were
like
you guys
85.
doing? What were you guys doing that you couldn't answer the
What were
door?
we doing? What do you
Yeah.
mean? What do you
I
mean?
don't know,
What were we
because like
doing?
I was on the
Screaming
phone
over
with
the
you.
TV.
I was like, Daryl will be there in 5 minutes. So I'll call you when he's actually there, but just stay by your phone, whatever. And then I didn't hear from you for an hour. I kept trying to call.
To be honest, what happened? I'll be totally honest. What happened? Although the TV wasn't hooked up to the wall, it was plugged into the outlet. And Trisha has a great subscription to Disney Plus because of her daughters. They love Disney Plus. And we sort of got distracted.
What were you watching?
Looking at something.
What were you
looking at something, and so I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and because we were pretty engrossed in what we were watching. And then
why am I getting like grossed out by this?
Grossed out? What are you talking about?
Like it was
Disney Plus?
You're making it seem like it wasn't Disney Plus though.
No, it was Disney Plus. Thank you. It was Disney Plus. It was what's that new ethnic one? Disney film?
Encanto.
Yes.
Encanto.
Encanto. It was just darling. It was so colorful. It was so fun.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. So we got
a good one. You watched that whole movie?
Mm-hmm. And we put the phone on Do Not Disturb because I was like, she's like, your dinging's really distracting me, whatever. So anyway, once it was over, I checked my phone and go, oh no,
Well, he was really nice and like patient, so I'm glad he waited. I think otherwise they would have canceled on us, and you would have had to pay whatever the fine, and then I would have gotten another one, and who knows how many you would have gone through in that.
Are you losing sleep over this? Because for God's sake, Daryl was happy to be out of the house. This man who came was, I would say, 82, 83. Very spry, very with it. Mentally. Physically, he was on the slower side, doing his best. It's obviously a situation where he wants to be out of the house. He explained that to us several times. His wife has emphysema, oxygen tank, the whole thing. He's like, I hate being there. I hate, And I thought, well, I get it. I hate who I live with a lot of the time, and it's hard. And I think most Americans do. So they we should have Daryl on the podcast because a lot of people could really relate to that. He's like, well, I hear that. I'm going to kick that oxygen tank over. And I thought, I bet. So he was happy to be out of the house. And the only thing was, do you hear that beeping?
No. You making something in the microwave?
No, it's sounds like an alarm, like a tornado siren or something. Can you give me one moment, please? Excuse me one moment. Tanya, cut it off. Lauren, something's burning.
God. Do you want me to call Tanya?
No, she got it. If I wasn't here, it has to be burnt down. Daryl was a little bit nerve-wracking. Am I muted? Oh no. Oh my God. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did take a gummy before this. Paranoia's kicking in. So Daryl, we were just sort of nervous. Like every time Lauren, he would go to lift the television. we thought that's it.
What do you rip one or something?
No, we just thought it's gonna fall back on him, collapse on him, crush him.
Because he's old.
Yeah, I mean, he had little bird arms, so lifting the TV. So we were trying to help him and lift the TV as well, but he was very, he's very proud. He didn't want to beautiful young ladies doing that kind of stuff with him. So, it was nice for Trisha and I, especially Trisha. Her husband Jerry's really not handy at all. He doesn't really have those capabilities, and so to be honest, she's kind of having like a reaction to. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It was a little strange.
She had a little crush on him.
Well, he was about 40 years older than her, so it was a little bit disgusting, a little disturbing. But yeah, she was like, that's a real man right there, And then she'd be like, why don't you go down and get a Diet Coke? And I'd be like, okay. And I'd just leave for like 20 minutes because I didn't want to be up there either. I thought, in a bedroom with Trisha and this Daryl, in his 80s. Yeah. So who knows what went on? I don't.
You left them alone and you knew she was trying to make a move.
Lauren, she's married. That means something to some of us. No, she was not trying to make a move, but I just think she was enjoying, the company of a what's the word? Capable man.
Senior citizen.
That too. But he knew how to use the tools and he knew how to
They spent all day on this, guys. Like between getting the TaskRabbit, like I think
it was a lot.
What time did you guys wrap up? Like
1 a.m. But I had her drive me home, even though we're neighbors. I had her drive me home because I was getting spooked. Do you know when you're just like, do you ever get like scared, Lauren? Like if you're walking in the dark. I started to walk home and I thought, no. There's so many, there's cartel stuff going on around here. Just a lot of not good stuff. So I had her drive me home. But then her battery died and she had to walk home. So whatever. She's scrappy.
Yeah, I think being a woman walking at night, you have to be careful.
Yeah, unless you have a boyfriend, which, Moving on. Nothing we can do about that now. Speaking of weird things, there was a weird thing that happened. Aside from, a geriatric person hanging a 60-pound TV, making me pass out almost from nerves. There was this like what's the word? Laundry
Tell
basket?
about the wardrobe.
Yeah. She asked me explicitly not to talk about this, but a story is a story, and we're journalists here on this podcast. So
we're talking about it.
It was
this is good.
It was like in Trisha's side of the closet. How would you describe it? You explained to me what it was because I had no idea. I thought, oh, she's giving the kids stuff down, stuffies, lovies.
It's like this big wardrobe cabinet with a bunch of shelves and drawers inside. And I think it's just Trisha's like sex toys and stuff. But
cut. A bunch. Lauren, we're not saying sex.
That's what they are. And she had a bunch of stuffed animals and stuff. So we're thinking Trish has this like furries kink.
Ooh, I don't even like this talk, and I don't know what.
Like honestly, tracks. I
don't know what that is. Lauren had to tell me because I was like, she has all these stuffed animals like Beanie Babies, and I thought, oh, she's like I said, she's keeping it for the girls, her grandchildren. And then Lauren was like, what'd they look like? And I explained it to her, and then she explained to me what that was. Maybe you should explain to the folks at home because
I think they know what that means, so I'm not going to explain.
Well, I didn't know what it means, so they probably don't know what it means because I'm very aware of the world.
Yeah. But there was some other stuff too, just like, there was some handcuffs, basic stuff like that.
Basic for who?
Sex toys.
What is a furry
Do you think
fetish?
It's when you like the fur that like turns you on, like soft. So Trish had like these really soft, all kinds of stuff in there.
I thought you
mind you, I wasn't there. Bonnie told me all about it.
I'm gonna be sick talking about it. I thought you said it was people who dress up in costumes.
That too.
Like they wear like, and you know what? You know why that tracks. She was a mascot, as we've talked about.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that, Bonnie.
So it all comes full circle, right?
Yeah.
My eyelids are kind of closing again.
You want to talk about a kink you have?
I do not have anything of the
I think
sort.
your fans might be curious.
Well, I don't have anything of the sort. I am
What do you
a
like? What do you
red-blooded.
like? What are
I
you
like a
into?
masculine guy who's get her done attitude. That's what I like, and that's what I have with my husband. And so whatever.
And in that little notebook you have, the binder under your bed.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She has these printouts from like magazines and stuff. It's just like a man's torso, like put together in those little plastic things you put in a binder, 3-ring binder.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I found it when you asked me to clean out under your bed one time.
I asked you to clean out under my bed. No, I don't think so, Lauren. And this is a
And you were
total lie.
you showed me and you told me about it.
Do you want to receive a cease and desist? Because if you're going to slander me and spread libel, this is a media outlet, and if you're saying that, if you're going to stick to your guns, you're going to get a sharp knock on the door.
Well, you were pretty proud of it. I didn't think you cared.
Okay. Well, having a vision board, if that's what you're talking about, my vision board.
Yeah, that's what you called it. Called it a vision board.
Sue me. I have a vision board. So does Oprah. So it's a big thing. So yeah, if you're talking about the vision board under my bed, yeah, I do have a vision board under my bed. So maybe you should get one. Replace the guitars with it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. My phone matches my jammies.
Yeah, it does. How did you guys bump into the sex wardrobe?
Well, I was just kind of looking around. One of those points, where she was like, "Hey, why don't you go get a Lunchable?" I would just go into her, like walk-in closet. You've seen her walk-in closet, beautiful, generous.
Well, no, you told me that.
Yes, I'm getting there, Lauren. Have a snack. Eat a piece of bread. Maybe you'll calm down. When I went into the closet, like at one of the points, she was like, "Oh, Daryl and I are, in a conversation. We don't want to bore you." I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll go reorganize your closet." That's where I found it. But when I was in there, kind of weird. Daryl had tripped and fell backwards right on top of Trish. And then when I came out, he was like tickling her, and she was like, like crazy. And I was like, "What's going on? What's this? What's happening?" And she just said that he had fallen, and so whatever. This is all your fault, to be honest. If anything were to happen, it'd be blood on your hands, really.
I believe that he fell. Like I do buy that.
Of course, we believe he fell. He probably needs a cane. He probably needs a walker.
The tickling is a little odd.
I can't imagine anything more grotesque. And I mean, have you ever had grandparents, die or anything like that?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, when they become very, very frail, but they insist on doing things for themselves, like walking, and you're like, "Oh my God, they're gonna collapse."
Yeah, exactly.
But they don't want help, so you kind of are just stuck in this limbo of like, they're gonna crack their skull, but I also don't want to get my head ripped off by trying to help. That's how it was with Daryl. It was like, picture your ailing grandparent trying to hang a 80-pound television.
I picture him, kind of you trying to help a little bit, and then him saying,
he was like, "Get out!"
Yelling at you, and then he actually needed your help, and you were stubborn.
Well, if you're gonna say, "I got this," well,
even though he's literally falling off of a ladder,
put your money where your mouth is. Don't be such a know-it-all. So yeah, it was a totally weird day. Totally bizarre vortex I had to exist in because of you. If you would have just come, none of that would have happened. I wouldn't have found out that stuff about Trisha. Could have kept my, eyes and ears out of her weird business. But I'm just gonna wash my brain of it. Don't want to ever talk about it again. I don't want you to ever bring it up again.
Okay, I won't.
It's almost daylight savings on Sunday. Daylight savings time. It's gonna be light all night. You know what that means. Coronas and tequila and hanging out later on the deck. So can't wait.
Yeah, can't
Are you
wait.
excited?
Well, I'm not excited to lose an hour of sleep, but I am excited to have it be late. Later.
Okay, that was lost in communication totally. That's like
you didn't understand what I meant.
It was kind of marble mouthed.
Yeah.
Don't you think my teeth look extra white today?
Yeah. They're as white as my sweatshirt.
Teeth. Yeah, absolutely. Or your AirPods. What do you got cooking these next couple days over there, girl?
I think I'm coming to see you soon, right? Next week.
Yeah. Yep. We're going to do a big St. Patty's Day bash at the club. We'll let you know how that goes. So Lauren's decided to come down and help volunteer with that. It is Trisha's favorite.
Wait, volunteer
time of year. Yeah, at the club. You're signed up to volunteer. You're gonna help the kids. You're gonna work in the kids section. Making bracelets.
Like, no, like, but you'll still pay me, right?
I mean, everybody's volunteering. Nobody else is asking to get paid. So, kind of lame.
Okay, we can talk about this after.
It's called,
but
altruism, and doing some other goodness of your heart. And the
right, but I wouldn't be there if I didn't work for you. That was what I'm saying.
It's about 600 kids, and these are, intense kids. They want what they want when they want. They have a great attitude. So, and it's like I said, St. Patty's Day is Trisha's favorite time of the year. It's her favorite thing. So I'll have to have her come on and talk about it.
Okay. That'll be fun, but I still need to talk to you after about that.
Okay, I have a couple things I have to talk to you about as well, including behavior and attitude and tone. So. Sounds good. Sounds like we both need to have a little talk.
Yeah, we do.
All right. Anything else you want to say to the folks at home?
Nope.
Oh, I want to say
hi, Trisha. I miss you.
Okay. Yes, ass. I am so relieved that Alec Murdaugh was found guilty. And as we all know, there's so much more of that story. Did you follow that, Lauren?
No, I didn't, but I heard people talking about it.
There's much more of that story. That guy is a cartel guy. He is basically like, if you've ever seen the show Ozark, I think that's kind of what's going on there. And I'm kind of afraid to even say it on the air, but it is what it is. And he's, gonna have justice. One thing I didn't understand is why his name's Alex Murdaugh, and everybody called Alec Murdaugh. What? Can you read? I didn't really understand it. And Nancy Grace was there. It was a big deal. So it's sad that you're so depressed and removed from culture. Hopefully that's something we can work on too. All right, everybody. Well, I wish you the best. Looking forward to talking to you next week. And please rate this podcast 5 stars. Give us a nice little review. Watch us on YouTube.
It's riveting.
You got a real chip on your shoulder today.
I'm serious.
Not a good look on you. So, all right, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Lauren, I'm going to talk to you right now.
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.